So when I say the word Flashdance, what comes to mind? Of course, the Michael Zambello song, "She's a maniac, maniac on the floor." Well, what if there was an Italian version and it has all the usual trappings of a giallo? What if we got Lucia Fulci himself to direct it? Well, we've got a very interesting one in Murder Rock Dancing Death. This is uh, This is like the film that Lucio Fulci made before his health started to decline, and I'm liking most of his work, and I'm not liking his work. This one is just more about the visual effects and the dance numbers and everything else, and it also features some nudity as well, which it's always appreciated in all these Italian horrors, so say what you will about that. Yeah. There's this dance school, and there's a whole bunch of people that are getting eliminated. Who's behind it? Well, there's this one. There's the head instructor, Candace, who teams up with George, a fashion model. These two, according to the IMDb, they use the word elucidate all the billings going on. So it's interesting. It's like, all right, I see what's going on. However, this is a lousy DVD transfer. It's like no subtitles. I'm like, ugh, here we go. And of course, the freaking sound is you could barely hear, and I gotta keep the volume low because we watch these kind of late. But yeah, the plot's minimalistic. It's like obviously the dancing. Like you got the dancers, and you have the person who gets. It's like you have all the things going, and it's all about the work to try and find. It's like yes, you get the police that come in, and then you get the model who's figuring out okay what's going on. He's also an alcoholic too. But yeah, it's just reviewing security footage. It's like, what's the weapon of choice this time? Well, it's actually a hairpin, surprisingly, right here. Which is an interesting take. It's like, the plot is just so minimal because it's like, we eventually find out, it's like, oh, okay, so something that happened with the past of one character and another intertwines, which leads to the resolutions like, oh, that explains why that happened. Typical of giallo, which is fine. And, it's, I don't know, and it's just something that was written just to get on the Flashdance Express. But you're really just here it's like you're here for the visuals. This is definitely a visual movie. It is a feast for the eyes. Let's see. Well, I noticed that there was some slowdown in certain scenes, which adds just more to this disorientating effect, which, I think it works, but it could be dizzying at the same time. And of course, you gotta have you gotta have the dance numbers, it the ladies obviously had to sign off on, like saying, hey, we're going to, it was like, the contents of a giallo. It's like, we're going to feature with the nudity. We're going to get some close-ups of the legs and the groin and the breast, which, say what you will about that. There's some people who like that. I'm trying to remember. I know, yeah, like in the beginning, yes, like you also get some impressive dance choreography, especially with all of them all at once, but only 3 of them can be selected out of 9, which really does make for some interesting competition. But this is really never followed upon. I'm just like, whatever. We get some the hairpin, which is used around like around the breasts, like like right here, and then it skins around as if to say that it's adding to that, like there's something that is very sharp that goes against something very nubile and soft, which is taking away which is removing the delicacy I guess you could say, of the skin and just adding to the perversion of the character, which, let's see, at least four, what was it, 3 to 4 people, yeah, at least that, with the blood and everything. It's like all the kills are done in quite a sophisticated, perverted way, if that makes any sense, which I think it does in my book. I look at it and I'm like, well, that's exactly what you get. Uh, the dance studio itself looks really nice with the colors. This feels like it's supposed, like this is a 1980s Italian movie as the giallo was waning. It was starting to become more of a popular at the time. The music here I liked really, really well. It was synth music, which fits with the whole dancing theme, of course, and how this is like the future and new wave and everything. It's like having all the women in their early 20s. So I'm like, all right, I don't know the name of them, but I think there was one song, what was that, Perv Story or something like that, which adds to more just the overall creepy but fun tone. You get a little bit a little bit of some like soft rock stuff here and there, which it's pretty good. So it's like, yeah, the soundtrack is actually really gosh darn cool, and I think ultimately it ends with a little bit of classical. So I'm like, you get 3 distinct genres, which may throw some people off, and I can understand that. It's just like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? So I don't know. But yeah, definitely with the hairpin, it was certainly unique. I will say that. um, so I just wish I had more to say. But it's fine to look at, but ultimately it's just not good. It's just you're just here for the billings, the music, and the visuals. And if that's what you want in this movie, hey, more power to you. That's what's going on here. It's not like it's zombie or anything. It's you know exactly what you're getting. This was supposed to be a trilogy of 2 other movies that I forgot one of them was going to be like a blues movie, and I forgot the other one. But Fulci's health started to fail, and ultimately that was never able to amount to anything. So ultimately, we just get a paint by numbers, pretty to look at movie. But I'll tell you, that name Murder Rock equals Dancing Death. What a freaking name! I'm like, what? In other parts of the world, is also known as Slashdance. I would have liked that a whole heck of a lot more than Flashdance. I would have liked Slashdance more than Murder Rock equals Dancing Death. I personally think that this one is underrated. I mean, only 2,000 people have rated it on the IMDb, so I would say check it out. It's trashy, but it's fun trash that you can watch and just forget. So yeah, ultimately, if you just want to be entertained by the visuals and the music, then Murder Rock maybe for you, or Slashdance.